I've just got 1.5 of these burgers, grass-fed burgers, left. And what did I get them reduced to? £1.99. So we'll see what we can make with this. So I cut the beef burger up and the half a beef burger, along with a little bit of carrot, onion, the last of the garlic, so I must remember I need some garlic. Fried it all off, added some yeast extract, and I thickened it with some flour and water. And I've just got some potatoes boiling, and I can't make my mind up whether to do mashed potato on the top or make like a cobbler. It's just basically a scone mix, and if I do that I might add some cheese to that. And I'm multitasking because I'm defrosting the fridge at the same time. If my fridge isn't full, I fill it up with tins at the back to keep the fridge cool. And there was a tin of mushy peas there, so I might have some mushed peas as well. So I've decided to stretch this as far as I can. So I'm going to make a cobbler, but instead of using margarine or butter, I'm going to use this blue cheese. So it's just self-raising flour, salt, whatever fat you want, and I'm using this cheese. I'm sure I must have got it reduced. Yes, £1.38. So flour, salt, fat, and just a little bit of water. Just rub it through, fine breadcrumbs, and then make it into like a scone mixture. I'm just going to make one big topping, like a pie crust. But it's actually going to be a cobbler. So there we are, all rubbed in. We'll just add some water to that and bring it all together. So there we are. I'm going to make this last 2 days to make it go that bit further. So I've made half a dozen Yorkshire puddings. I roasted the potatoes. I've got half the tin of peas left for tomorrow or the day after. And I made some apple sauce. So let's plate all this up. No, just one. I've dropped a pea. They weren't mushy peas, they were marrow fat peas, and I love marrow fat peas. Lovely crispy roast potatoes. Should we have another one? Yes. So that's my tea tonight. Marrow fat peas, some roast potatoes, some stewed apple, just one Yorkshire pudding, but I can't guarantee I won't be coming back for another one. And from 1.5 of those beef burgers, those grass-fed beef burgers, I made a cobbler, and for the fat I used blue cheese. So I've got all those Yorkshire puddings left, half the cobbler, all those roast potatoes, and half a tin of peas on the apple sauce. Stretching my money as far as I possibly can. And this afternoon I met up with a friend and I haven't seen her for a while. Just meeting up with a friend that I haven't seen for a while, and we're going to have a look round after the cup of matcha tea, the designer outlet at York. And when we'd had our drink, we went past the, what's it called, the cosmetic company, I think, at the Macarthur Glen outlet. And I do need some foundation, and I use Estee Lauder. And this is the one I use. And instead of it, recommended retail price is £39.50, I believe. And at the outlet it was £27. But when we'd had our coffee it was £3.30. And there was a matcha tea. And when there was a sign outside that said flash sale. Between 3 and 4, 20% off. So I saved over £5 on that. So that was a good day.